My mother accuses me of my father's death, guilt-tripping me to leave my husband. This is going to be a long post, truly off my chest. TW Suicide, SA, Pedo. I was born in an extremely abusive family. My father was a drunkard, used to beat my mom brutally. So much so burned her with cigarettes, beaten her up blue and black with sticks. Naturally she hates him, but stayed because India, social pressure, children. Now my father was also a ped star. He used to touch me inappropriate since I was 10 to 12. I vividly remember him kissing my neck or touching sides of my chest while trying to hug me. It was not limited to me, he used to do the same thing with my friends who used to visit our home. I have seen Korn in his mobile with titles father fugging daughter. Later he started touching my cousin sisters who were 8 to 12. I have seen all this with my own eyes. As he was abusive towards my mom, I was her rock. I used to fight with him a lot and in return he used to beat me as well. One day he chalked me till I became white. Once he tear my mom's clothes and thrown us out of the house. We remained with relatives for few months. But my mom sent me back to him, herself living with her sister. When she knew what kind of a person he is. I was crushed and cried every day. But I loved her unconditionally. As he was a drunkard, money was also tight. I started working at the age of 19 along with studies. My father hated this and used to call me shut. Because his only way to control us was money. I developed severe anxiety and depression. I was very suicidal and attempted suicide 3 times. Later I got a good job in another city and I left as soon as I could. I gave my mom the life she deserved. I got her the finest clothes, shoes, food. Took her to several trips in the country. Later I fall in love with an amazing guy. He loved me so much. He respects me, cares for me, understands me. And he saved my life. Stayed with me when he knew I was so anxious and depressed. We have an age gap of 6 years and from different castes, communities. I told my mom and she approved. Got us engaged as well, without telling anyone else. We promised her I will not get married until my little brother complete his studies and gets a job. But my fiancé's mom was hell-bent on him getting married at 30. So after 3 months of engagement I asked my mom about marriage and she refused. MIL gave me ultimatum and I had to talk to my father regarding this. I never cut off my father. This is not a thing in India. Even though everybody knows about him. Still considered normal. My father was livid and threatened to kill me and my brother. He told his brother, my uncle, about this to fetch a plan to bring me back to my native city. But my uncle chose my side and got me married. My mom was always against this and she told me to choose between my fiancé and her. I chose my fiancé. She didn't attend my wedding, I was banned to enter my own home. Now I visits only my uncle's home. Now after my marriage apparently my father's health deteriorated and he committed off himself. My mom was devastated. Now after 6 months after him and 1.5 years after my marriage, she finally talked to me. She said I am the reason for his death. I have chosen my happiness over my family. I killed my father. He died because of the humiliation I caused. She even told me I never needed a husband. I should have stayed with her for the whole life. She would have been my support and I should have been hers. She told me my husband will get to know about my truth and will also leave me one day. And I will forever be sad and miserable. She also threatened suicide and said, she is going to give me the guilt of lifetime.